years, people are encouraged to follow a low-fat diet, and that has led to fat sources being vilified over the years. Then the tide is it's really hard to say the tide is turning when you're Irish, but the tide is turning when it comes to fat sources. I don't think people are as worried or nervous about eating them as they once were, and that's great because fats are a really important part of a healthy diet. In fact, around 35% of our calories should be coming from fats. When it comes to fats, I think we've been overcomplicating them. So when it comes to fats, we know that taking them from whole foods will have less of a negative impact on our health than when we extract them and take them in more processed versions. The other thing with fats is that we don't vary our fats enough. We can be devils for eating the same thing over and over. Yes, we in Ireland we produce, I would say anyway, the best butter in the world. We're very proud of our butter, and with good reason. It's extremely tasty. But I guess when it comes to health, there's a problem when we eat too much of the one type of fat. So if we always use butter and never using olive oil, that can be a problem in terms of health. So when it comes to fats, it is important to vary it as much as possible. Fats are split up into saturated and unsaturated. And when we look at the unsaturated fats, they can be split up further into monounsaturates and polyunsaturates. When it comes to saturated fats, there are certain things that we do need to be mindful of, and I suppose mindful of how much we consume them. And that would be the likes of butters, creams, fatty cuts and meats, as well as coconut oil and coconut milk. When it comes to saturated fats, it's important to enjoy them and include them into your diet every day. Certain things like nuts and seeds couldn't be any better for you, and they're a really big part of a heart healthy diet. Other fats that people don't tend to consume enough of are omega-3 fats, and they're found in oily fish. The omega-3 fat found in oily fish is called EPA and DHA, and we don't get it from any other place in our diet to the same degree that fatty fish offers. If you don't consume fatty fish, you could consider a supplement of omega-3. And if you don't want to get a supplement from oily fish, you can use a supplement from algae. So for example, if you follow a vegan lifestyle or eat an exclusively plant-based diet, before taking any supplement, do check in with your healthcare professional like your GP or doctor to see if that's the right choice or a healthy choice for you. There are plant sources of omega-3, but they are slightly different to the oily fish sources of omega-3. Plant sources of omega-3 include the likes of chia seed, rapeseed oil, flaxseed, some is found in soybeans, and smaller amounts in certain green vegetables. When it comes to heart healthy fats, I often encourage people to consume the likes of flaxseed or linseed, as well as chia seed or the likes of walnuts daily, to make sure that they're getting some of that omega-3 plant fat, that ALA, into their diet each day. So when it comes to fats, what we're trying to do is eat whole foods more often than processed foods, similarly to the carbs and to the protein. And we're trying to vary it, again, similar to the protein and the carbs. We're trying to vary our sources of fat. Really, the more varied our diet is, the healthier it's going to be in general, not just when we're talking about fats, but when we're talking about it overall. Fats are a tasty, important part of our meals. They help us absorb nutrients such as vitamin A, D, K, and E, as well as really tiny nutrients that our plants are offering us. But fats are also important in the body for lots of reasons, not just keeping us warm and protecting our organs, but also the production of hormones. So don't fear fats. Our eyeballs are made of fat predominantly, and our brain, so important structures in your body, I think you'll agree. Don't fear fats, include them. Perhaps just be mindful of the sources and the variety.